feel like a lot of like these politicians, all this shit is very outdated, and we need to figure out ways that we can implement new, updated things into the law.
Yo, what up, it's your boy Larry Love, and welcome back to an all-new, exclusive, and innovative new episode of the Last Word Podcast, man. Volume 1 part, I really don't give a dog shit. Who is on the panel today?
It's your boy Chief Neef, y'all. What's up, man?
It's your boy Cartier J.
Where your Cartiers?
It's in my room, actually. You actually scratched it, and I can't get it out. It's scratched.
Ain't scratch, nigga.
It's scratched.
They just cheat. Go ahead, Jay.
It's your boy Curly J, bro.
Alright, look, we got a special guest here.
Hey everybody, I'm Naya Danielle.
Okay, you got Instagram? Where can they follow you at?
NIY.Danielle. Yeah.
I can't spell that good, so we're gonna put this shit at the bottom of the screen. So shit, man, what brings you in today? And
we here for a reshoot since I couldn't speak up last time. So so yeah, I'm back here.
Okay. And then too, we're gonna talk a little bit about, what's crazy and shit about this whole Roe v. Wade thing, man, cause these old ass white men, they just getting beside themselves, man.
For real. But like, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what are your hobbies?
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, I just graduated from Georgia State.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we a bachelor's degree holder now. Majored in finance, but really, I'm finna just explore creatively. I model, I dance, I do all of that. But on the side, like job-wise, I'm studying for law school. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in this Roe v. Wade topic for real. So
nice, yeah. Baby, get Thug out of jail.
Hopefully, free Thug, free Gun, and free YSL.
No, for real.
Mm-hmm. So shit, man, this whole Roe v. Wade thing, man, I'm really passionate about this topic because I think I was almost aborted as a kid.
Oh no.
And I don't know what might have happened if my mom,
If I made a joke, I would be the bad guy.
So Jalen, talk about the whole Roe v. Naya. Which one of y'all took this shit with? Wait, y'all laughing at me, nigga? Hey man, that's very sick. Y'all are going somewhere. Y'all are going somewhere deep and hot for that.
Naya, tell us a little bit about the Roe v. Wade case and everything that's going on, the controversy and everything.
Okay, so one thing that they always say about when it comes to law and cases, the facts of the case, Roe v. Wade is it's still valid in this country, but Roe v. Wade was a groundbreaking U.S. Supreme Court decision back in 1973 that pretty much gave women the right to abortion without government intervention, because it pretty much discusses the law of it is pretty much grounded in privacy. The government shouldn't be interfering with what people do for medical reasons. But the reason why it's so talked about today is because there was a leaked opinion. It didn't get officially overturned. It was a leaked opinion pretty much saying that they will more than likely overturn it. So people are up in arms about a possible opinion, but it's archaic and it's regressive, not progressive.
I remember hearing something.
Damn you, shade room.
Hey, it's just.
It wasn't even a shade room. It was actually like from like a little political organization. It's like Politico or some shit. It's like that website. But you know what's so crazy to me that like you just said? It was like the thing was made in 1973. The decision was made in 1973. Some of y'all parents are older than 1973. You feel me? Like it's really not.
It's still fresh.
Yeah, it's still kind of fresh. And then even after that, a lot of people don't really talk about this case. I feel like that much. But the I think you know about it. The Parenthood and the Casey case. Have you ever heard of that? It's like the Planned Parenthood versus Casey. So basically, the Roe v. Wade was in like the 70s, like you said. This case, I believe, was in the 90s. Because I remember learning about it in social studies. Basically, after the Roe v. Wade case, you still would have to have your husband's permission or your boyfriend's permission or parents' permission, of course. But that case, the Planned Parenthood versus Casey, they were like, it kind of goes against what Roe v. Wade stands for over a woman's right to be able to make their own decision with their body, basically.
Yeah.
So the Casey versus Planned Parenthood basically allowed like girlfriends and wives to go ahead and make that decision themselves, but kids who are underage, of course, had to have at least one parent consent.
So, with this being said, I want to ask y'all first of all about the reform that they're trying to do for Roe v. Wade, or speculated to try to do for Roe v. Wade. Are y'all for it or against it?
I'm definitely against it. People should have the choice to do what they want for their bodies. If a woman wants an abortion for any reason, she should be able to get it regardless. If it's financial, if it's incest, if it's...
It shouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's her fucking decision.
So it's like y'all think that's like it's basically one of her rights. It's one of her natural. You call it natural right?
Yeah.
That like you literally can't take that. She's earned it and
Exactly.
Cool, yeah.
But like, what I want to know is why do they care so much too? Because if you really think about it, it's really a lot of white women, and they make it seem like it's black. It's really white women that be in a lot of these abortion clinics. You know,
a lot of white women, and what kills me is too, there's a lot of white men making decisions for women. Like, you know, even till this day, actually now thinking about it, to get your tube tied, you still have to have your husband's permission to get your tube tied.
Yeah.
Like, in order for a woman to get her tubes tied, she has to have her husband's permission in order to do so.
What if she's single?
Well, then of course you can do it. You're single, you're not married.
Okay.
But if you're married and like, let's say you had like a traumatic pregnancy or whatever, and you for yourself as a woman feel like, oh, I don't want to have no more pregnancies, I want to get my tube ties. Like my aunt said she wanted her tube ties and burned. That's how much she hated pregnancy. So she was like, when she had to find out, actually she had to get permission from the baby daddy, and she argued with the doctor about it. So it's still, till this day, it's still prevalent. You feel me? Like women not being able to have decisions for their bodies. But yeah, it's ridiculous. I feel like it shouldn't be a lot of men making these decisions. That's what is.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway of everything about this. Is men. Yeah,
and it's like men who are like not like. They're so like a lot of these niggas are like 60 and 70 and 80. So it's like what they think about women is so like.
They haven't evolved with the trends. They're still on that old time mindset. So. You know, man, make the decisions on everything. I'm the breadwinner, blah blah blah. You shut up, just cook for the kids, and fuck me when I get back home. Like,
it's really like
that's
that.
how they think.
That's the vibe.
He's speaking facts right now.
What I want to say is too, it's a lot of older white women making decisions too, and
they're very traditional.
Yeah, and then too, like I don't know if y'all been to Six Flags Whitewaters. It's like a Planned Parenthood right before you go there. I thought it was just in movies. It really be people out there with signs.
I used to work across the Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Every single weekend they would protest, and it'd be mad people.
They be like, you can't kill the babies.
You can't kill us.
It's their lives.
I will say this too, though.
Hold on, real quick, just to say what his comment was. When they say you can't kill the babies, it's their lives. A lot of these people will go and protest, but none of them are adopting kids and all that shit like that. So you really can't tell someone to keep a kid if they don't want that kid, and you don't go start adopting more, because all of our orphanages and all that stuff, them shits are overstocked. Kids can't find homes. So if you're really gonna take that standpoint, you won't say, okay, I'm for it. You better help out with the problem that you're gonna create then.
Exactly. A lot of people ain't adopt no kid, foster no kid.
I'll tell y'all this shit right fucking now. I mean, and God forbid this ever happened to me, but if I ever got the situation where I have to keep one, all right, now you got it. You got it.
Hell no.
Well, I just feel like it's no need. Well, one, I feel like they know that the economic situation that our generation is about to be put in is not fit for children. We don't have formula.
Milk either.
Rent is on the rise. We can't afford to have children. The birth rate is already dropping. So I'm just like,
you throw a child on top of all that shit.
And like, you got diapers, you got daycare, you got.
It's just not cheap.
It's not.
You got all them late nights
all
too.
these other factors.
And then gas, because you got driving and everything.
Yeah,
daycare.
A human being's a whole bill.
No, that is a whole bill.
Literally.
That's the most expensive. That shit more than your rent.
Yes.
More than anything you got.
I remember, it's probably more expensive, but pretty much one child, 0 to 18, on average, is probably, you will spend about $200,000.
Oh, they lowballing that.
Yeah,
they lowballing that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's still
average?
like, yeah, that's like average.
And then them kids in the hood when they parents say this shit for them.
And
them baby kids.
And remember, the average American salary is like $60K.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not like 40K.
Yeah,
It's lower?
It's lower.
That shit low, nigga. What neighborhood you staying in?
Like most people don't.
They said $1 in 1970 and $1 now. $1 in 1970 is worth $7.25, the minimum wage in Georgia. That's how much $1 was worth in 1970. That's how bad inflation is right now. That's ridiculous.
But do I want to go back to 1970? I don't think I'd be, really liked around that time. So I'm pretty good.
Yeah, so like, apparently you couldn't get them an abortion until the 73.
Oh, hell no.
But I also, back to like the Roe v. Wade and everything like that, I feel like it's a bigger conversation than just Roe v. Wade and like the Planned Parenthood versus Casey and all of this. It's a conversation of just the justice system altogether to me. I feel like a lot of these laws and stuff like that were made during a time that's very outdated. Exactly. And I feel like a lot of like these politicians, all this shit is very outdated. And we need to figure out ways that we can implement new updated things into the law. I'm sorry, there's no reason that no 70-year-old white woman should be on the damn Congress or whatever. She don't know. Yeah,
she finna die.
Hey,
That's what the fuck.
Like, and they elect, like, these people get into these positions at an older age. So to me, that's also where it's kind of like, I understand that you do need to have older people because you do need to have an older audience to speak up for the older generation.
Yeah.
But you also, at the end of the day, need younger people to also speak up for the younger generation.
That goes back. You gotta vote. You gotta vote,
and that's a big deal. But like even people like AOC and stuff like that who are like speaking for the younger generation. But honestly, after AOC, I can't think of anybody else. I'm gonna be real.
That's what I was going.
The newest in Ossoff, I think.
John Ossoff?
Yeah, and I know
he is young.
Warnock is considered young, but he's still like mid 40s.
Yeah, he's mid 40s.
They love saying that shit. I'm Raphael Warnock, and I approve this message.
I say with that, I just don't. I think it's also you have to find young people that want to run.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people. Well, I did some stuff like helping out with the election and stuff, being around people my age group, and I will say it's like a very different ball game when it comes to politics. You think professional life is different and strict? Like no, politics, everything is under a lens. And I know that especially like it was a TikTok, of course, but it was saying like within like the next generation, like as we're like in our 40s and stuff, it's probably gonna be a congressman or a congresswoman that has a sex tape who news get leaked just because we come from a generation of that. And it's just like
Kim K gonna run?
I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to do something in California.
Why you make that? No, because like, honestly, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, even in the YSL case, a lot of that evidence is on social media. Like, this shit is going to come back and kick our ass.
Yeah.
It's going to come back and kick our ass, bro.
Even niggas in the close friends be federal too.
Yo, close friends, some of them do be federal. One of them was reported to my mom, but I ain't.
What?
Yes, I had a family member that was in my close friends that was reporting that shit to my mom.
No, family does not need to be in the close friends ever.
I ain't supposed to know that. This is my close friends. This is my close friends for a reason.
You just out of your shit right now. Your mama gonna ask you not tonight.
Just so you know who the snitch is.
Oh, I know who the snitch was. I took it out.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you gotta do that just so you know who the snitch is. I remember my parents found out I was working at Magic City because of an Instagram post, and I was like,
"Oh, you didn't tell them?"
It's not.
You gonna tell your parents you work at Magic City?
I mean, your parents work at Magic City.
I'm not telling my parents, but like I'm just saying, like,
okay, so what the fuck?
You know the vibes, nigga.
And I'm just like, they found. Well, no, my mom really ain't care, but I'm just like, it was my dad who was tripping. I'm just like, it's.
Did you give him some wings?
Yeah.
That nigga was cool after the wings. Shit, you seen that nigga thugging? He crazy.
Wait, so when your parents found out, like, were they tripping? Like, how was it?
No, my mom, she ain't give a fuck. She was like, you making your money, you affording your rent. I don't give a damn. But my dad was just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not dancing, so you know.
Wait, so what were you, like a bottle girl?
No, like they had this store there. I was selling stuff, but like I'd be walking around.
Oh, the store on the outside?
Yeah. And sometimes like on the weekends or like busy nights.
How you know the store, but you haven't. Alright, you know.
Hey, look at you trying to get some tea, man. You trying to get some tea, man.
But yeah, they be wanting us to like still dress the role or whatever. So like I'd still be having to like walk around in the shorts and shit. And yeah, he was upset about that. I'm like, I'm not shaking out ass, just.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Cinnamon, she still work there?
Cinnamon. The only one
This
I
nigga
really
bullshit
knew
out
like
his
that.
ass. He don't know no girl named Cinnamon.
I don't know her. I know her. No, I forgot what her Instagram name was. But it's this one girl. Her name is Greatest Show Champ. That's her Instagram.
Yeah.
Show champ.
But no, she be flying. She be flying from the ceilings, and I'm just like stripping is really like an art form. Like,
Well, you gotta watch.
No, really quickly, we gotta expand upon this. Cause we going back to the lodge. I like this conversation. So really quick, like, what is it like to work at
This
a
nigga heard
strip club?
stripping and now he wanna talk about some booty,
What is
nigga.
it like to work at like a strip club and stuff like that?
Niggas trying to have a serious episode. Now we talking about booty.
it's fun, but I will say I left because it was just draining. I really don't like having to take a shot or smoke a blunt just to get through a shift, just so I don't be pissed off with drunk niggas grabbing me or just people trying to talk.
They grab you and stuff like that?
Yes.
Where's the security guard at?
They be there, but it just be like something like a booty grab as I'm walking by or trying to sell something. Like move.
I know the crackheads over there be. Oh my god, they dangerous.
They be they don't be dangerous. They be at like the bus station that's over there.
Who is the celebrity that basically don't pay these strippers enough?
Damn, nigga.
Yeah, who is
I don't
the
want to
celebrity?
be exposing nobody like that.
I mean,
No, Jalen. No,
I'm just
Jalen.
curious.
I
It's a fairness
say-
fucking podcast. You wanna do it? Just fucking
alright.
do it. Pussy ass.
I'll say this.
Was there a lot? Like, did y'all really talk about that shit backstage?
No, it's not even. I say it's the people who, and it's not everybody. It's the people. Cause see, I don't be listening to trap music like that. So sometimes, if you're not like no big artist like Future or things like that, I really won't know you. And it was well, no, this story is nice. It was, I think it was Schoolie that came in. But yeah, he had came in or whatever.
I know you don't
And
know
I
who
was
that
just-
is.
And I was talking to him.
I don't know who the hell
And I was
Schoolie
just
is.
talking to him normally, and I'm like, he had on his chains and stuff, but I'm just like, niggas come in here with chains all the time. But yeah, I'm talking to him normally. A few minutes later, I watched the Magic City story, and then Schoolie posted up, and I'm just like, I was just talking to Schoolie this whole time, and I didn't even know. Like, damn.
You ain't even know it.
I talk to that nigga regular. I have no clue.
Joe.
But
You know who it is.
But yeah, working in a strip club, I say stripping, I have so much respect for strippers. They're, in my opinion, they're the toughest
I do too.
bitches.
They Olympic
It
athletes.
takes,
They really are.
yes, it takes a certain amount of confidence and just energy to just walk around naked. And on top of that, stare a bitch dead in the face.
Yeah.
On top of doing that, I'm just like,
Do you know any of them personally?
no, not personally. Just whenever they come and need some lashes, or I be like backstage helping them.
Yeah.
I just be like,
Oh, you be doing a little booty makeup? I heard they be doing the booty makeup because motherfuckers be having scars and shit.
it
on
be
their ass.
like spray tans or some shit. But I'm talking about just like
No,
just
booty
downstairs,
makeup's
like getting them wings, running clothes for them and shit.
The catfish.
It was
nuggets,
pretty
too.
straight. I really didn't talk to them because they intimidate the fuck out of me. And I'm just like, and it's just hard to like have a conversation and the bitch titties is just out and shit. Like just naked. I'm just like, yeah. But
Get away from me.
yeah, they be buff as fuck. They could be pulling themselves up, swinging upside down, and I'll just be up in there just watching. I'm just like, this shit's so fire. Like, you
Shout out to
really-
the strippers, man.
So you never thought about like, alright, no.
Oh, I have. I've taken pole classes before.
I used to have a stripper pole in my room. You saw the episode. It was beautiful, nigga. It was some beautiful shit. The Boom Boom Room
You
is
really did have a
legendary.
stripper pole, though.
The Boom Boom Room is coming back, y'all. It's legendary. We gonna
Nigga,
get
that's
shit
if you
set up.
find a place.
Nigga, I got one. Yeah, I ain't no broke, nigga. Hey, watch out now. Place coming soon, too, bro. So I can shit on these fuck nigga, man.
We gonna
So
see.
shit, back to these dead babies,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, baby. Now, thank you for that, though.
Hey, but like, also, I know y'all noticed that like the Roe v. Wade, when they talked about the reform for that, there was also some speculation on banning condoms.
That's
And like,
crazy.
I don't plan
And you
these,
wanna know what's
bro.
wrong about that? Condoms are not even just to not get pregnant. It's really just for safety precautions.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
that's really...
Like everybody use condoms, straight,
Yes.
well, no, lesbians use other stuff, but straight, gay, all of that stuff. Like everybody could benefit
Yeah.
from condoms.
That really just shows that all these old ass congressmen, they dirty as fuck.
They
But
really
you gotta
are.
think though, back in the 50s and 60s though, if you
They
put out a
ain't
condom,
got shit.
people would look at you weird. Like, yeah, what is that?
And just think about
Where
it.
you
They
gonna put
probably when was condoms invented for real?
My thing is, too, though, when you have a condom, you got all them women pregnant, you want to kiss all them women? Let's be real.
Wait, they was invented in the 16th, 17th, and 18th century. But I'm just like,
Ain't no.
Damn,
Oh,
no, they
hold
just-
on.
they-
Wait, no.
Condoms, nigga.
That said condiment. Hold up. Okay, 1839, but I'm just like, them shit was probably rough
On me,
as
though.
fuck.
Oh, they probably made the condom out of milk.
No, wait, weren't that like goat skin or something? They were like it was out of animal skin or some shit.
They had to be, no, they was still like rubber. It says,
It was still damn.
the nigga who, it says invented by Charles Goodyear. No, the nigga who made the tires invented them. That's what it looks. It says Charles Goodyear. Invented.
It's a good year.
And I'm
Oh,
just
you know
like,
the Goodyear tire place. That's what she's trying to say. You
Yeah.
know Goodyear. He made the rubber and that shit made the condom.
So he made the tires.
Wait,
He made the tires.
so you tell me no.
You know that for a fact.
No. She said that the nigga that made the tire, like made tires, he also made condoms.
Oh shit! That was
Also-
the tires
He's a
ain't work for
self-taught
them.
chemist in. What did he do?
what is he famous
He
for?
basically enhanced rubber.
Was it the same material?
No, he pretty much discovered like rubber. So
Yeah, like he enhanced it.
anything that's rubber.
all terrain pussy. I'm sorry.
So he pretty much just invented rubber basically, and then just was just testing shit out. That's crazy. We learned something new.
How does you go from roll
To condom.
Don't put this shit in you. Don't put that shit in you.
He's like, wait a minute, I really don't want
No,
this damn
I
kid.
wonder like what was the line. He was like, something gotta be done, so some shit don't keep
He
happening.
probably was like, fuck them kids or some shit.
Bro, I want to know what the girl's reaction was to seeing like.
Hey my god,
First
what is
condom.
that? Is that a rubber? You will not put that in my vagina. Hell no. Could y'all imagine having sex back in the like 1800s, nigga? Like, what is so funny?
You will not put that in my vagina.
Is that a rubber?
Yo, me and Josh is cracking up over here.
Hell no. I don't know. I couldn't imagine like having sex and shit back in the 1800s, nigga. You know, motherfuckers wasn't taking a shower, they wasn't brushing their teeth. Hell no.
That shit gotta be nasty.
But you don't realize
Think
it.
about it, people used to have like 4-5 layers of clothes too. You gotta take off like 600 buttons to get to some pussy that ain't been washed or shaved in 4 months. Fuck no.
You gotta think about it though. Like if those old dudes came to our current day, they would realize how dirty them niggas were back then.
But I'm thinking in my head though, like when did like somebody be like, okay, this is nasty shower? Like when did this all like come about type stuff?
Nasty shower.
Niggas been
Bubonic
shot.
plague, probably.
The plague?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When that
probably.
shit was sweeping through Europe, killing like 40% of their asses.
That's true. Yeah, once they start killing them, that's when they get clued.
I think niggas been shouting in the river though. But like as far as actual shower,
what we
No, nigga, we talking like really authentically washing your balls, making sure them shits are clean, bro. You can't tell me a river bath with a little bit of soap back then was really an authentic.
You know, back in the day, after they would take a shit, they would just throw that shit out through our window.
Yes, like it was just
And it would
shit
be worse than
like
the city. Imagine just
everywhere.
walking through ATL downtown, just
I
shit.
see that here, nigga.
Nah, you do. Like, you said imagine.
I'm like,
Nigga, I'll tell you the first day of the semester. Like, come on.
Man, we about to move out, so I'm gonna say it. Fuck Westmore. Anyway.
Fuck all these student
No, for real,
apartments.
fuck all these people.
Charging
But
college
if y'all want to give me a
students.
deal though, shit, then come holler at your boy.
But yeah, student apartments. Well, no, they're not overrated because you know they better than the dorms. But it's just like
But
charging college students $1,500 a month.
That's the same price
Fuck
as
outta
the
here.
actual apartment.
I think the dorms are very underrated. We're gonna speak on that. We're gonna speak on that another time. Dorms are
The
underrated.
only thing Westmart is like the only thing that I've seen like they're like damn I've never seen that before is the little CVS shit downstairs.
oh yeah, the Plan B's, the Plan B's,
They got
yeah.
Plan B's in there as well.
They had to stop.
And it's in a good location. I'll give you that. I like the location.
Y'all shit getting gentrified as fuck over here though.
If when you make a left at Westmart, that's when you're in Bankhead,
Yeah.
like, down there near AUC.
Yeah.
You make a right, you attack the white people and just
Telling you,
gentrify
it's
the
two
fuck.
different sides of the coin.
Yes, one turn.
One turn.
That's why I love Atlanta so much, bro. Cause Atlanta
not
is
good.
like Atlanta is the most beautiful, most fire shit you'll ever see in your life. Then 30 seconds later, you getting robbed at a stoplight,
Yeah.
nigga, by a hobo. So you never know. I want to get back on these Plan Bs, y'all. I know we kind of jumping everywhere, but this is good though.
What's the price of a Plan B?
$50.
$54.96. I think.
$49.99.
That was somebody told me. That that was somebody told me. I don't know.
54.96. Damn.
Yeah, that was somebody told me.
That's after
tax and
taxes.
shit. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Taxes,
There shouldn't be no taxes on that shit.
It shouldn't be free, nigga. It should be free.
Everything should be free.
Damn.
Y'all really think though that should all be free, bro?
Yes, I feel like condoms should be free, pads should be
If they
Then
finna be making,
So if that's free, then why is it? Hold on, real quick. Let me finish. So
Why you iffy?
If you want everything, if you want those things to be free, why not have like free cancer treatment or like something that's actually going to kill? Hold up, I'm trying to get to a point. Because when you say you want certain things free, right, for health benefits, you'd probably take like it's also there's companies that are benefiting off this already. I was the one that made Magnums, right? Like that's my company. Now you want to make my shit free? Why the fuck? Why the hell should I take care of y'all?
That's a necessity from life.
It'll be a
nothing.
Where's the government giving you this money?
it's a way to fix all of this shit.
Nothing is free. It's free, but it's not free. You feel me?
Okay, so what's your
Just like for example, when it comes to unemployment and shit like that, y'all think it's free money, but we seeing it now. That shit catching up with our asses. They gonna tax the gas. They're gonna tax everything. Everything is high. Why you think niggas can't afford rent nowadays? Why you think
They're smoking all their money.
Who's smoking all their money?
I'm just at people in general. That nigga got hurt.
Who's smoking all their money? Hey yo,
Who's smoking all their money?
I got my money. I'm paid.
but go ahead and continue because with that, right? So you cool with they make condoms and they make Plan B's free, so they're raising your taxes, the gas price and all that. You cool with that?
I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like for that aspect, that shit that I would be okay with certain tax things being raised for. I'm not okay with certain other shit that we're being raised.
As in,
I mean, I don't want to get too deep into this.
They raising.
I mean, you don't have to get me too deep. Just give me an
They
example.
raising the price of chicken wings. I don't fuck with that shit. A 6-piece used to not be over $10.
I'll be honest with you. I'll keep it basic with you. I feel like little commodities nowadays are even getting risen. Like the price of deodorant is fucking ridiculous nowadays.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is paying $8 for one thing of deodorant? And it's fucking.
So what I'm gonna do? Be musty?
No, I'm just saying like
No,
it's risen. You're not listening.
No, he's right because I was trying to just buy like a roll of tissue from Publix the other day. Like a 12-pack roll of tissue is like $16, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's fucking tissue.
Old T-shirt. It got me fucked up.
And then, but back to like what you were saying. I'm just like, it's a way to solve all of this, like from a financial perspective and like a legal perspective. It's all about government buyouts, and although people really don't like big government stuff, but I'm just like, healthcare should be a universal right. Like the Constitution says everybody has a right to the pursuit of happiness, life, and liberty. I don't know why we don't stick to that, but I just feel like, if everybody has the right to life, we should have the right to exercise the most amount of life we could get, if that makes sense, So I feel like the government should just do a big bill, buy out all of these big pharma companies. You could still have like the separate ones that want to be separate, that don't want to be bought out, but just like at this point, we spent how many $1 trillion on shit in just like the past years of our lives that we've been alive. I'm just like, it's more expensive in the long run than to just do it now.
Hell yeah.
And it's just like,
I think it really is all about money and control. Because if you look at the shit that they feeding us, I knew the government didn't even give a fuck about us when them commercials would come out and the side effects are worse than what you trying to get rid of. Nigga, you got a fucking runny nose. Side effects, headache, nausea, dizziness, and troublesome, some extreme case, maybe even death. Talk to your prescribed doctor before you take your nursing or maybe become pregnant.
And you want to know
what the fuck?
You're very right about that. I mean, that's kind of like getting like really deep or whatever, like more into the conversation. I feel like this is just a political episode. We're just gonna talk about politics. Fuck it. But anyway,
I miss you, Obama.
No, but the thing.
Are we talking about politics?
Larry, do you realize like a lot of like Caribbean people and stuff like that don't have access to that type of shit and like do like little. What are you
coming at me for? I'm Caribbean.
You're not Caribbean.
I care a lot about you. I care about your well-being, Caribbean.
I can't make any sense, yo.
Caribbean, I care about your well-being.
Back to the thing, they always have like those home remedies and shit like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these Western medicines, at the end of the day, they kind of sometimes make it worse or even give you other shit that fucks you up.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these, what is it? When people have high blood pressure, they put on the water pill. But then that water pill make you swell up looking like a damn whale. Like, it's bad. So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, I wanted to get on something really quickly. How do y'all feel about with free healthcare and stuff like that, right? how do y'all think? Do y'all think that we should live in a system with class or without class? Because I feel like we already
like a caste system where it's like, oh, you got the lowest earning, then you got highest earning, obviously, like Elon Musk and shit.
That's what they do now.
No, but I'm saying, like, do y'all think that there's an issue with that? Because the more and more you get like the free healthcare and stuff like that, the more and more it's kind of diminishing.
Okay, so with that real quick, right? Mm-hmm. So you like, I don't believe that there's such thing as a utopia where everybody's equal. That's literally not possible. So therefore, there's always gonna be a caste system.
But I'm saying,
no matter where you are.
Agree with it?
Do I agree with it?
Like, do you think that everybody should be treated equally with everything?
Honestly, and this is my honest opinion. I wish I wish I could see that happening and I could see that being a good thing.
But it's never.
It's the only reason why I say it's not greed is such a big thing. Like, there's just certain people in this society that are just terrible. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they deserve as much as other people just because of how horrible they are.
But you want to know why I actually brought this up? Because I feel like that question right there kind of brings out the other questions of like, okay, me personally, I think that if you were in school for 8 years to be a doctor, you should be able to get paid a little bit more because you worked a tad bit harder. But now it's...
You should get paid while you in school.
Yeah. But wait, now it brings up the conversation. So now somebody else who didn't do that, now they shouldn't be able to afford that type of life or whatever.
And also with that though, like when you said the work harder, right, for being in school for 8 years, some people, like, even though they didn't go to school for 8 years, they're working 6 or 7 jobs, but they're only earning as much as someone with one job. So it's also the discussion of work ethic as well that goes into it.
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like the work ethic, and also too, it brings up the question of what is it called, minimum wage? Because it's just like, what is a livable wage in America at this point? Like, what can we consider livable? I feel like everything when it comes to laws and politics is very kind of gray area to me. Because it's like, you damn if you do and you damn if you don't type of situation sometimes. Yeah, it's like, what is considered a livable wage to somebody? Because what I may consider a livable wage may not what you consider a livable wage. What I may think that like, that the contraceptives or whatever shouldn't be free, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a damn if you do, damn if you don't with every single thing with politics. So it comes up with the argument of like, what do you think? Like, that's why I'm trying to get y'all opinions. Like, what do y'all feel individually about that?
Go ahead. You the smart one.
Your first question was like, I forgot exactly what it was, but kind of like what he was saying. Just because I agree with it and just because I want it to happen, I know that humans, we're always gonna create like a social system. Like, humans have to, like, there will be people who have to feel like they're on top. There will be people who feel like some of the reason people don't want to forgive student loans is because people who done paid off their loans are like older generations being like, well, I didn't get my loans waived. And it's just a matter of people literally wanting to be like, no, not wanting it to be easier for other people. And it's just like, y'all loans was $10,000 for all 4 years. My loan for one fucking semester is $11,000.
Damn.
Like, no. And it's a matter of humans are... I don't even want to say we're evil, but I'm just like,
we're evil. You want to think about it, we're unjust, bro.
But I'm just like, if you remove all of this shit, tear all of this shit down, humans will, like, it's a dog-eat-dog world, basically.
It is Hunger Games.
And it's just like, and even, I literally watched Hunger Games yesterday. Even Hunger Games is a representation of that. You got the lower class fighting for the death while the rich is just literally watching.
I can see that shit happening.
Hey, can I say something real quick? They make all these movies. I'm not going to say this shit happened, but the government got to know something. Bird Box, Squid Games, Hunger Games,
for sure.
They be making all, I'm like, bro, y'all got to, something's on the way. Something's on the way.
I mean, it's literally, they literally have the power to do that. I was reading Michelle Obama's book, and remember when she had like that whole initiative, and y'all remember, I don't know if y'all was really like watching like TV, but remember where it was like that whole series where it was just like, it was always be some like army person like dead or something, like on them hospital shows, like an army person coming back from Iraq, they got like PTSD dealing with something, or something like that. And in her book, she was just like, we told the networks to stop showing that soldiers is coming back home dead, soldiers coming back home with problems, like start pushing it in a positive light. And it's just like they could literally just be like, start showing this, start showing that, and it happens. So I'm just like, I don't put shit past the government like at all.
But you wanna know, that's so crazy. Literally, whatever we see, that's kind of like what you interpret on and on. Like they say, if your feed is filled with just negativity, that's all you're going to have is like negative thoughts. When you just continue to watch the news or whatever, they feed us negativity. Like,
you gotta read the news. You can't watch the news. You gotta read that shit.
You really no, but like honestly, even reading it can be negative because like you and your mind is just like, damn, like another person, like
nothing positive.
Yeah, it's very like it's, and I feel like we was literally talking about that we're just fed negativity as humans, and social media makes it 10 times worse.
No, social media covers up the negativity, make people seem like they're doing. It's like it's social media. It's a big front, basically. It's like you think everything's okay, but behind social media is all like fucked up shit or whatever.
Social media is the biggest facade.
I feel like social media is what you make it versus like, because you know how algorithms are a thing and like everybody has like their own personal bubble. Like, like the playoffs is going on right now. One of y'all news feeds may just be like highlights, may just be like complex and shit. But like you literally, it's based on that. Just watch. Cause I did a test or something. Like when I don't be opening up TikTok for a while, it'll just show me nothing but viral instead of just like what I be watching specifically. That's my niche, and you really have to like trick. Cause at the end of the day, this shit is technology. Like you really just have to trick your social media feed. Like don't be on social media and just watch that they show you everything, like every type of ad, and then it's literally based on. Like, if you spend 2 seconds on this ad, you finna start seeing more ads based on that.
Shit weird as hell.
And it's just like...
It's the cookies.
I guarantee you, if we have a conversation about, like, how we talk about buying new mics, so let's just say we wanted to get some shoes, I guarantee it'll pop up on, like, an ad.
Yo, I was talking to my mom. I was talking about... You remember Candytopia when it was in Atlanta? Yeah. I was talking to my mom about Candytopia one day. I ain't never heard of it or whatever. She brought it up to me. I opened up Instagram. It's an ad for Candytopia. Right after I had that conversation.
I mean, is your location turned on Instagram?
Probably.
That's probably a reason why. Because I know I be getting, like, when I'm on campus, I be getting Georgia State, Georgia Tech ads. And I'm like, calm down. Like, I'm already here.
I get Clemson ads for some reason. I don't know why.
Clemson?
Yeah, I get Clemson. I get Syracuse.
Well, don't y'all be in Athens and shit?
That is nowhere near Syracuse.
But I'm saying they still like them same, ain't they like the same D1 type of shit and stuff?
They're not in the same division.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying though.
Yeah.
They're all big time schools.
Yeah.
But if you
I think they trying to recruit us, bro.
Hell no. But if you think about it though, you just look at the government, and it's not on the same scale, but it's on a grander scale. But it's like you have a business. You're controlling, like you're gonna control. I mean, you look at the average citizen. They're your consumers, right? Mm-hmm. So, like you said, the brainwashing. You control what you put out there to what they're gonna do, or certain stuff like that. So you can manipulate them. You can control them. It's like. They studied you, and they're gonna monitor you like some pets to do what they want you to do in a way. And some people are smarter to actually look past that and actually question the government, and some people just go along with the trends and do what the government wants them to do.
I just stay woke. Like, I don't know. I somebody told me a long time ago. They said all this shit is predetermined. And it was like, it's all a scam. I don't believe it's all a scam, but I feel like most of this stuff is predetermined.
I agree with that.
Or it's already like gonna happen. So I think life is just what you make, and if you make it some bullshit, it's gonna be some bullshit. If you make it a sunny day, it's gonna be a sunny day.
Wow. Predetermined as far as what?
Like everything's already gonna happen. It's planned out. They said, like somebody said, no matter what you do, when you walk out, before you walk out your house, your day has already been planned. No matter if you take a left turn, a right turn, or go straight, or take a shortcut, your day has already been planned. So it's not like I guess you could.
You're gonna end up at the same destination.
What do you mean by that? Like you kind of a little confused.
It's like it's a fixed track.
Yeah, it's like fixed.
Your stories are written.
Are you?
Huh?
How certain of that?
I'm not. It was just a theory. You know, we can't read everything we see online.
So are you basically saying like by fate is kind of like.
Yeah,
it's
not. What he's saying. What he's saying is your story is already written. You can't change it. Right. But it like regardless though, like it's already there. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like your life could be set to be good, you know what I'm saying? And
good.
you're just going throughout it. It's not like someone saying, "Oh, you can't be like you're born in the projects. You can't be someone like Jay-Z or something like that."
That's what I was about to say. I feel like that argument was good to an extent to me. I feel like yes, it's fixed, but also too you can just because it's fixed don't be like, oh, I'm just gonna be lazy because my life is going acting. You feel me? Like. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you made it. No, okay. There's two.
I don't like how you motherfuckers be rejecting what the fuck I have to say.
We're not rejecting it.
We just was questioning.
We just trying to like understand because I'm just like if it's.
I reject y'all.
Because if it's predetermined, but how do we? If it's predetermined, but how do we know it's predetermined? That's my only thing. Cause I'm like.
I guess you got. I get a
But
time
God's
capsule.
plan.
Okay, whatever. But speaking of rejection, you were talking about like a topic that you wanted to bring in.
So yeah, I was just like, how do y'all deal with rejection? Because I'm like, and just outside of relationships, like I just recently graduated college, been like looking for jobs and stuff, and I just been hearing like a lot of no's lately. And I know like one thing, I'm just like. A rejection is just God protection. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to have this job. Maybe I wouldn't have liked my boss or my coworkers. So I'm just like, how do y'all deal with rejection and just like personal life, romantic life? Because there's different ways to handle different types of rejection. So yeah.
I'll go first. First of all, what you said was how you got rejected for some jobs. I feel like once you graduate college, there should already be a job waiting
That's
for you.
actually kind of scary.
You gotta have because like think about it, you do all this work and you don't even you don't have a job, but that's bullshit. I just think that's bullshit. But for what you said though, how you handle rejection, fuck it, you move on. At the end of the day, man, everybody ain't gonna be for you, man. Like I said, you really think I wanted these friends? No, but the friends that I wanted said no, so I settled for these niggas.
Fuck ass nigga, damn. Like, just stomped on this. I mean, I'd say
I'll keep going.
Fuck. But like, I'd say, I just view it as. I mean, at first, I would say like rejection. Like, of course, the common thing to do is to look at yourself and be like, "What's wrong with me?" Or like, yeah, like you trying to reevaluate yourself. But sometimes you're not the problem. Like you're just not the right piece for that puzzle. You know what I'm saying? It could be that company, it could be that girl, it could be like a friendship. So you just gotta. At the end of the day, I just stick to myself, you know, not like you said, not everything's for me. And I just go on and just keep on pushing.
I go home and cry.
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
you gotta keep
Ain't
it pushing.
nothing wrong with
Jack,
that.
you gotta keep it pushing.
I'm gonna be real with you. When it do come to rejection, though, like I will say, sometimes you do kind of need to give yourself. If it was something that you were like really important about, like a job that you really wanted, sometimes you probably just need like a day to just kind of be in your feelings about it. But I always told myself, I give myself a day to like complain and then I move on.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like to do. I just give myself a day and I move on. Because honestly, every rejection I've had, I feel like I've gotten something better at the end of the day. I kind of just start rethinking and refocusing my mind into the positives. Like everything that I've ever got rejected for, something better came out of that rejection. Like it was all meant to be.
I've had some hardcore rejections though, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in college, bro. Some of these Atlanta girls are ruthless.
So yeah, okay.
Yo,
So
these
how-
girls are ruthless in Atlanta.
Yeah, so how
They
do?
are-
Because I'm just like, how do dudes? Because I don't even know how.
It's
Dudes
thing a
put
bit.
themselves
Hey, to be honest,
out
it's thing a
there.
bit.
It's
It's thinking hurts because you just gotta keep face.
Hey, I told you my homecoming one.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and tell the
Hey,
people.
bro.
He already did.
Hey, no, I gotta tell
You gotta say it.
I gotta
You
tell
gotta
people
tell the
though.
people.
So I asked someone to homecoming, right? The second, was this 2019? I asked someone to homecoming, and basically when I asked her friend next to her started giggling. Bro, when you hear the friend giggling, bro,
Come on now.
Yeah, you never walk up to
That wasn't a mistake. You don't ask me.
You never walk up to
No,
her.
no,
Like,
facts.
I wanted to
Hey.
X out Naya, and Naya had a couple friends with her. It sounds weird, but you gotta wait till you get a girl alone. But you can't like come wrong. You gotta come correct with her and this that. So.
hey, twin, high school me and me now was two different niggas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we learned.
Nigga, let me hold on.
We learned, and it's.
Let's fuck with your boy, bud.
But I mean, like that day. I mean, cause she told me yes there, and then later when I walked away, she texted me no. But you know, You live and you learn. That's all I just gotta say. You just gotta keep it pushing.
Yeah.
You got, cause there's girls out here that will treat you like dog shit, and there's girls out here that treat you like the king you are. So I mean, you know, it all depends. You're not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah, Netflix right. Honestly, if we're gonna be real, it stings a little bit, but it's kind of like one of them things. You just gotta keep face and just think about it in the back, and then honestly, it just goes away. You kind of just stop giving a fuck about it. I'm be real with you.
Okay, so I have a question. Like, how often do guys be like trying to like? I don't know, cause like the perspective is different as a woman. Like, dudes come to us, so I'm just like, how do y'all? When one say no, like. I don't even know the type of nigga.
Close window, he'll open another. Can I get it?
But I'm saying, I'm just like, because I feel like dudes come across more no's.
You damn
so I'm
right.
just like, how do y'all?
What do they say?
Just
With every 100 no, there'll always be one yes.
I'm shooting about 41%.
Like, honestly, no, but like, you know, what is that? What is that? No, but what's that Drake lyric or it's either Drake or Lil, I can't remember. It's like you go through 1,000 hoes to get that one wife or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Drake on the fuck.
was it Drake that said that?
I think about the Drake.
I had to fuck a lot of kids to get a kid. You talking about that?
I had to fuck a lot of girls to get a kid like this.
Yeah.
Or something, but like literally.
Oh, okay.
But my thing is though, it's just the fact of like
You only live twice.
Honestly,
Certified lover.
everything hurts. Rejection hurts, and we gonna be real. It do feel like a little like damn, like stinging, like oh, am I ugly, whatever.
If it's, I feel like if it's a girl,
but you get rid of it though. Like it kind of just like you just don't hinder one.
If it's a girl that you really like, that you like you set your, because every guy know like when you set your sights on that one
That
girl,
one hurt the
yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying.
that is like
you plotting. That one hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
you playing that date.
like, do niggas
spend
be
that bread?
plotting, or do they just be like,
I'm be real with
shit,
you,
I'm
I
just
be
hop in the DMs, like, cause I'm just like, I know.
DMs get you nowhere. DMs are really.
I don't expect DMs to work.
That's not true.
DMs will let you know.
DMs will get you places.
If you got at least a chance.
Yeah.
DMs will get you places if you go through the DM and then link after the DM.
Yeah,
will get you
different.
places.
Oh, if you link, you got something with the link.
That's what I'm about to say. Like you don't. If I'm DMing you, I'm planning on linking. I'm not just going to be DMing you the whole time. After a while,
But then you can't stay in the DMs forever. I say after about not even 2 weeks or a week, you gotta get the number.
I'll be real with you. After by like maybe like
No, after like
3 days. Like 3 days. I'm like 2 weeks.
Nah, 3 days.
I'm about to say 2
Yo,
days.
2
I'm like,
weeks.
no,
Hey, 2 weeks you blending with the other DMs, bro.
Yeah, 3 days. I need a number. After
Hey, no, and then probably after like a week and a half, you really need to link. No cap.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because girls might be
it
concerned
doesn't
about
have to
their
be.
safety. So
I don't
like,
agree
I don't
with
know.
that. It doesn't have to be just as a week. It just gotta be whatever it works out for y'all. Let's
Yeah.
It don't have to
Make
be a week.
plans
Yeah,
within the
but
week.
This shit better not be a month. 'Cause
I would
I'm
say
telling
no
you,
more
if
than
it's
a month. Yeah, I would say
We're not
no more than a month.
texting for a month.
Yeah, not no more for a month.
Yeah, so maybe a week was probably, I don't know. But I suck at picking up on hints. So a girl can really like me, and I'll really like never know.
I can never tell when a girl likes me, but I can tell when a girl does not like me for damn sure. Hey, you get those short responses, or she just give you that little eye
You like,
contact and
hey,
shit?
what you
Like,
do today? Work.
like you already know. They're just dead.
Yo, girls make us so
No, at
like,
least you know, because
Yes.
there's some niggas that don't know, and it's just like,
Oh, they know. They keep pushing, nigga. They like, shit,
oh,
what
they
you doing
know.
tonight?
They know for sure.
They like, what you doing
You
tonight?
wanna know
I'm
what?
sleeping.
They know for sure. They just think that like they can keep doing it and like.
No, but some niggas fight through the mud and they get to the goal.
Yeah, yes.
Hey,
it took a year, but it happened.
I'll never.
No, but you know who I'm talking about.
No, I know exactly
You know
what
who
you're
I'm
talking about.
yeah.
I'll be damned though, cause why the hell am I for one person, bro?
I'm slow.
For one person, I'm really gonna fight through all this rejection, all these years, fight these tears and shit.
Nobody
just
ever
to
makes
get
me
to your
want to wait a
coochie?
year. Nothing makes me want to wait a year. I don't care if that's a part of my story. It's not. I'm not waiting a year for nobody. I'm not waiting a year for nobody. Nobody's worth a year. No.
like trying to get with them, period.
Yes, get with them for a year.
Okay.
I'm not talking about like marriage or nothing like that. Like we already settled, that's different. But like get with you a year, that's it.
You should really know something. You should know something within the first. If y'all
The
are
first
texting
damn
or whatever,
day.
You should know within the first 3 days if they fuck with you or not.
No, not the first 3 days.
Okay, the first 3 days.
No. If they fuck with you or not, you should know.
But not like if you got a chance to get a relationship, you should know within like.
Oh yeah.
I would say
You know the first hangout. Come on, y'all.
No, it might take more than
What?
one.
No.
I feel like it's the first
The
hangout.
first
It might take more than
No.
one. I disagree.
No,
No,
the
I
first
disagree.
hangout, you
You
know
can
the
feel the
vibe.
energy, and
The second hangout, because I've had some dates. The second date was way better than the first.
Because they're more comfortable with you, right?
It depends on the person. Because some people are very shy. Like, you gotta get it out.
The first hangout, you may be shy a little bit, but after a while, you open and loosen up. If you don't loosen up and you're timid,
yeah, nigga, we said the second hangout,
I kind of know where you stand.
Jalen, you give up too easy, bro.
Damn, this nigga said one done.
You gotta put a little work in. Nigga, I'm saying.
You can't get the job without applying. You got to fill out some paperwork.
Honestly, no, it's not that. It's just I'm a nigga that don't like to waste my time. And after the first I don't like to waste my. No, one thing is two things about me. One, I go based off a vibe. And when I say when I go based off a vibe, however, I feel like the vibe is given off to me. I'm just always gonna give it off that.
Jalen be on a date like this isn't gonna work. I'm leaving.
No, I went on a date with the most boring ass person. Like when I say it was so boring, but I stayed the entire date. But it was boring as fuck. I wouldn't, like, I try to make conversation. You know when somebody's just dry as fuck?
But Jay.
Yeah.
But Jay, with that, right? Yeah. Just real quick. If you go off the first impression, just like you said in the other video, the first impression that you had on me, you thought you was gonna, it was just gonna be a camera shit, nigga. Let me finish. Nigga, damn, I'm going somewhere with this.
And then I'll respond.
Let me guide you.
I'll respond after
that. Let's get to the destination, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, go ahead, keep going. That's
I'm saying is, if you go off the first impressions of like someone in that first meeting, you're not always gonna know the actual person at heart.
Now, nothing. Can I say something?
That applies to relationships. That applies to hoes. That applies to everybody.
Like, okay, but no.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, we gonna dead this shit right now. Jared, what you think?
What's the conversation?
Man, go ahead, really quickly. All I gotta say to that is that instance was a little different. If we're gonna be honest, how we first met was through our friend Josh. You came over, we exchanged numbers because we was using each other for chemistry.
Damn.
Right? That's the reason we went. That's really how we met though. We was using each other for chemistry.
Damn, I feel bad.
They ain't no real friends.
No, but listen though, we met. It was not even a 5-minute conversation, so it's a little different from my first impression versus after our first hangout.
Okay.
I actually thought, okay, you were cool, and now we're roommates and friends.
Okay,
but that's how mid. That's how mid.
Hold on, but the reason why I'm saying that is right because you could have all these.
Are you okay?
Hey, you can meet with this bro. Like this girl could be wifey material, but she didn't open up to you because that first date, she's nervous. She's still trying to get to know you.
You know, I gave this girl 3 dates actually.
Come on, then that's just a dud. It's just a dud. I
thought after the second date, if it's still dead, and within two, you gotta do something. So the first date, we went to a Yard House, then we went to Atlantic Station, walked around. The second date, when we went to Putt Shack, and Putt Shack, we kind of opened up more because it was kind of competitive or whatever to say.
I love that competitive shit.
Yeah, but after the first date, did you like when y'all was walking around? Like, did you feel like I'm finna hang out with you again?
Yes, you know if you don't want to hang out with that person.
She's technically she's kind of a shy person, so I knew. I'm like, okay, you know, I was already planning the second date in my head because that's the type of dude I am. I was a Boy Scout, so I was preparing for everything.
We know.
I thought the nigga with no mic said something. So basically, I was already like, okay, I know she's shy or whatever, but you know, I did the gentleman thing though. And you know, it was kind of windy, so I gave her my jacket. She was like, "Oh my God, you're so nice," and that's how I went from there, you know. But like I said though, Jalen, a nigga and a woman is very two different things.
I mean, I was just going off of his thing, but even to that, if we're gonna base this in a nigga woman aspect, what is it called?
Nigga and woman.
No, that nigga just took a bump of cocaine. No, nigga woman aspect. When we go into that aspect, right? Just like a nigga will go up to a girl, get her number. You don't know what the vibe is like. If we're gonna relate it back to this, let's say that I was the guy going to go and get this girl number at the Common, right? Got her number, whatever. After our first hangout, it was cool. That's how you can relate it back to that. Is what I'm saying. That's how he's trying to say. He's trying to say like, oh, based off of first meet, that I'm going to feel butterflies and love you, whatever. That's not going to happen after just exchanging.
Now you might be nervous because you think she's very beautiful and you don't know how it's going to turn out. But I got you though. Yeah.
But even to that, I hate to say it. A date. That's going to be my tagline. I hate to say it. No, but for real, a date really is kind of like your test. It's your test of how a person feels. So if you're not interested in me from the date because you're nervous or whatever, you're gonna have to come kind of get out your bubble a little bit. I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna have to get out your bubble a little bit. You can't just stay there and be boring.
Yeah. So okay. So with all that we just said about, you know, I'm at a loss for words. Neff, you take it away.
Honestly, man, I feel like we covered a good bit though. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Roe v. Wade. We talked about abortions.
Magic
we
City.
talked about Magic City. We talked about rejection. So without further ado, guys, I've been Chief Neef. We've been blessed.
We've been stuttering the fuck out of what you just said, nigga.
We've been blessed to have Nye on the podcast. Appreciate you for coming back on. And peace out.
Jerry, you got anything to say?
Fuck y'all.
Keep buying condoms.